That's a great opportunity. Share this. Hopefully the Force One folks have come up with a new way to engage on that. And so all of that said, let's go ahead and open this sucker up and see what's in the box. So I'm going to see if I can scoot my computer over here and not, unplug anything. The way my night's going, that might just happen. Going to take a sip of this cool, refreshing Dr. Pepper, sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Delicious and refreshing. And I'm going to get to the drone. Now, first of all, what I want to tell you about this drone, this is a brushless drone. Brushless means these have better motors than brushed drones. If you're looking at drones, oh, by the way, I do want to tell you one piece of advice. If you are going to buy a drone this holiday season, I don't recommend you buy it at a toy store, and I don't recommend you buy it at Academy. Best Buy, yeah, they're kind of hit or miss, but honestly, your best bet is to buy your drones online because you're going to get better quality drones at a better price. The drones, I've been in Academy so many times, and I like Academy, don't get me wrong, but the drones they sell there are cheap drones, and they sell them for way more than they should, and you don't get a whole lot with them. So, Force One is a great option if you're going to look on Amazon. They sell on Amazon, and they do have a really good return policy. I've been talking to their CEO, and they are pretty fanatical about their customer support. They want to make sure you're happy and that if you have any issues, they're there for you. Now, one of the things that they do include in all of their drones is a bonus battery right there. And what that means is you don't have to stop flying when your battery dies. You can plug in the next battery and start charging the first battery. So you could be flying pretty much all the time, although usually it takes longer to charge than it does to fly. So all the time is a bit of an exaggeration, but having twice as many batteries means twice as much flight time. And I guarantee you, when you get this guy in the air, you're going to want to fly it more than just one battery life and then have to wait. Now, this also comes with a camera, action camera, and this one also comes with. Now it says that you can get an FPV 5.8 gigahertz FPV camera. I don't think it comes with that, but it does come with an action camera, and it does come with 2 skins. And I've actually never seen this particular drone. I have seen the Ghost drone before, but I haven't seen this new version of it, which has these skins and a few extra things. So let's go ahead and set it down here on the table. Open it up. And again, guys, thanks for sticking with us tonight. Sorry for all the hubbub on Facebook, but that's what Facebook's all about, hubbub. And according to my son, Facebook is a platform for older folk. Go figure. And by the way, while I got you here, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it is called Ready Set Drone. Right there, boom. I would love it if you would go over there and check it out. I do lots of videos like this. I'm going to be doing more videos with Force One, looking for how we're going to team up and do these kind of things together. But I think it would be lots of fun if you could come over if you want to learn all about all different drones. So back to the Ghost drone. Comes with the instructions. And it looks like there's instructions, a manual for the camera. This looks like a, similar action camera similar to a GoPro. It looks like it does have an LCD screen on the back, which is cool, and it does 1080 video. And I'll be honest with you, don't waste your money on 4K when it comes to a drone. If you're gonna be flying a drone, 1080 is plenty unless you're a professional videographer or doing this for weddings or something. You really don't need a 4K camera. So 1080 is it's actually what I shoot in. I have a lot of 4K cameras, but I always shoot in 1080 because I don't want the huge file sizes. Here's the instruction manual for the F100, and it looks like they even have a QR code that gives you the ability to look at this. Now, one thing that's really cool about this drone is it's white, and I say it's cool because there are a lot of there's another one of these that's a similar style that's black, the F100. The F100 Ghost is the white version. So if you were going to get 2 and you wanted to be able to race them or whatever and tell them apart easily in the air, you could do that. Plus, having these skins is a really cool thing because the skins allow you to customize it. So let's go ahead and pull it out of the box. That is a lot of very tight fit, but we got it out. I'm going to set it down over here. And let's see, is my head getting cut off when I stand up? Is my head getting cut off when I stand up? A little bit. Okay. All right, so here I am. I'm sitting back down, and one note, if you're going to do an unboxing, make sure you bring some scissors.
Oh, you need some scissors?
No, well, maybe. I do have an assistant in here, which is awesome. I've got keys. I think I can do this with keys. I think my son wants to come over here and say hello to everybody. He's been looking at this. Hey, if you do watch Ready Set Drone, you will know Tate. He does about half of my reviews for me when I can convince him to do such. I think you should go over there and mute that because it sounds very loud. He's got his speakers over there. While he's coming back and muting his thing, here's the Force One F100 Ghost. Now again, I mentioned this has brushless motors. What's the difference between brushed and brushless motors? It has to do with the way they spin, the magnets in them, the electronics in them. Just the big takeaway from that is brushless motors are higher quality. They're better motors. They're going to last longer. They're more efficient. They don't get as hot. There's a lot of reasons why brushless motors are better. So this is definitely, like I said, an upgraded toy. This guy is, I would call kind of a prosumer drone, more so than some of the other ones. So what do you think of the design?
It looks pretty cool, actually. Very aerodynamic.
Yeah, and it's cool colors. I like the graphics on it and the styling on it. All right, so there's that. Now, as we said, it does come with 2 batteries, and these look like these are 2S batteries. 2S means they have 2 cells, and they're 7.4 volts. And this is called, do you know what this is called? The connector? It's an XT30.
XT30.
This is an XT30 connector, and the nice thing about this connector is it's a standard hobby connector. This is not; these batteries can be charged on any charger. They're not proprietary, and that's nice because some batteries have to have a special charger. If you have multiple drones, you'll be able to charge these on others. Now, these are kind of standard hobby batteries because they have these XT30 connectors, but they are designed specifically to fit into this slot right in the back. So you charge it up, you slide it in right there. And then the XT30 connects right there.
Cool.
Are any of your buddies watching tonight?
I hope.
Yeah? Did you tell them where to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, shout out to all Tate's buddies. Canyon Vista, Mustangs, go. So this guy slides right in the back here. And again, this comes with 2 batteries. If you're going to buy a drone, try to get one with 2 batteries. I'm just telling you, you're gonna get a better deal than if you try to buy one of these batteries by themselves. They're actually pretty expensive to buy individually. Yeah. So you're gonna get a better deal paying a little bit more and getting 2 with it. So nice, good fit there in the back, and it connects right here into the XT30 connector. You're gonna want to charge these first, but let's set that down.
Hopefully DJI can take a hint from Force One and put more batteries with their drones.
True. Ooh, snap. Tate calling out DJI. Sorry, guys. They're friends of mine. Okay, so this is your charger. This is specifically a 2S charger. And again, if you're interested in knowing, every cell in a hobby battery, a LiPo hobby battery, LiPo stands for lithium polymer, is 3.7 volts. So a 2S battery is 7.4. A 3S battery is 11. What would that be? 11.1. No, 11 point something. Anyway, whatever 3.7 times 3 is. And they are divided in cells. This is a balancing charger, and what this will do is this will actually allow your cells to get charged evenly, I believe. I could be wrong on that. But you just take your, this is called your balance plug. You plug it in right there, and you plug this into the wall, and it will charge. And so it's got a red light to tell you that it's got power, and then it's got a green light, and it even tells you on the top what the patterns are. So basically, you'll know if it's blinking, it's charging, and if it's solid, it's charged. So that's good.
That's pretty simple.
Yeah, and again, this will charge any 2S hobby battery. So if you do buy other drones with a 2S hobby battery, they're all going to have this kind of plug. A lot of them are going to have this kind of plug, so it's nice not to have multiple chargers. So there's your charger. There's your second battery. Right here, you've got your prop guards. What do we do with the prop guards, Tate?
Leave them off.
Woo! I shouldn't have done that. So
Hey.
First of all, I don't recommend flying this in your house. This is a pretty powerful drone, and it's a fairly good sized drone. If you are going to fly it around people and you're not very experienced, you might want to put the prop guards on for your first few flights. It's really easy to do. They just pop on somewhere around here. Where do they go? Underneath?
I use like the clips.
No. There's some screw holes. They go under here. We aren't going to use them, but if you need them, don't be embarrassed. They're like training wheels. They allow you to fly, and if you run into something, you're not gonna chop anybody's finger or head off or anything. It's just good to be safe. So, but once you're good enough and you're confident enough, I recommend taking them off. There's 2 reasons why you take them off. Why does that take?
It saves battery.
Yeah, you'll get longer flight time.
It
starts with arrow.
It's more aerodynamic.
Yeah, when these prop guards are on, this thing will be more susceptible to wind. So if you are learning how to fly and you are using the prop guards, and again, if you're just starting out and you want to be safe, I recommend you do that. You're going to be more susceptible to wind. So if it's a windy day and you're using these, this thing's not going to perform as well. Well, I mean, it'll do okay. But taking them off makes a big difference. So one other thing I really like about this model, the Ghost F100, is that it's low to the ground. Some drones have a big set of landing gear underneath, and what tends to happen if you're just learning is you'll land and then they'll tip over and you'll break a prop or whatever. This one's really lands low to the ground, so boom. We have the skins. Yes, hold on. Let's go through everything else and then we'll get to the skins. Save those. Hide them. All right, so we've got looks like 8 props. Just if you're new to drones, props are either pushers or pullers, and that means they're either designed to turn counterclockwise or they're designed to turn clockwise, and that will make a big difference because they need to be set up correctly. If you put them on wrong, they're not going to fly right. The good news with this drone is you really can't put them on wrong because they're threaded to go on one way. So Tate's going to go ahead and put them on real quick.
Ah, gosh.
Go. A lot of times they'll have an A or a B. So see how he's spinning clockwise and it's not going on? That's because it's not designed to go on that way. So he can try to spin it counterclockwise.
Idiot proof.
Wait. No. These actually say which way they're supposed to go. You see, there is a little tiny thing that says clockwise or counterclockwise. So I suspect this one goes here and goes counter, or else it goes here and goes counter. There we go. So what you got to do is you got to hold on to the engine, into the motor. And I think there's a tool that helps you do this, but hold on to the motor, tighten it up, and then here's a good tip about drones. The props are diagonal. So this right here is, it's going to spin clockwise. This one's also going to spin clockwise. So these are going to be the same prop. These 2 are going to spin counterclockwise, so they're going to be the same prop. So Tate's going to put those on while I continue going through the box. This is actually, I believe, a prop tool. Right here, this actually is something you can use to hold the motor in place while you're spinning the prop. So, but you don't really need it. You can just use your hand. Comes with a little tiny screwdriver. There's not a drone that I've ever received that didn't come with a little tiny screwdriver. They always come with these. So I have lots of these. So if you want to buy a screwdriver. Actually, and I was just a moment ago kind of dissing on the high landing gear. So this guy does have landing gear, and I'll tell you why it has the landing gear, because if you're going to put the action camera on the bottom, you're going to need this landing gear. It's going to need enough clearance to get off the ground. As a matter of fact, is there a picture of it with the camera on it? Yeah, so there you go. Here it is with the landing gear, which we'll put on in a minute. And that way you have enough clearance for the camera.
But at least it's optional.
It is optional, and I will tell you one thing: if you're getting a F100, go ahead and fly it without the camera at first. It's going to be more responsive. It's going to be honestly more fun to fly. And I've flown a drone very similar to this, and the other F100, which is black, it does wicked flips. So yeah, well, this one will flip with the camera on it. All right, so set of spare props, the prop tool. Let's go ahead and clear all this out over here. And it's good that it comes with 4 spare props. A lot of drones only come with 2, so it's nice to have a full set of spare props. Here's the landing gear. I think we're gonna This takes a little while to put on, especially with this little tiny screwdriver. So we'll see about putting this on or not, because you don't want to sit here and watch me put these landing gear on. It is about as fun as watching paint dry.
I don't want to sit here and watch you do anything.
Well, hey, we got 576 people sitting here watching. You know, maybe that's for you. Who knows? All right, here's your little case or holder for the action camera, and this has, I believe the way this works is this actually just slips on. There's a clip here on the bottom that you can see, and this just slips on like so, and then this little guy turns around and boom, it's on. To take it off, you have to push in on something.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice that it comes on and off so easily, and it's pretty secure when it's on there. But it's not going to work without the landing gear because, you know, otherwise I'd set it down and it would be there. But I want to get to the remote and the action camera. Here is a USB port. This is probably for charging the action camera, I'm going to guess. Here is the action camera. Bum, bum, bum. Action. Action. It even says Force 1 on it.
Screen on it.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool.
That's really cool.
It's got an LCD screen on the back. It's got a battery compartment in the bottom. Let's see if there's a battery in it or if we need to put one in.
And a GoPro what?
You know, GoPro has their issues. But it looks a lot like a GoPro. And it's got a little tiny thing on the... Oh, yeah, Tate loves pulling that off. This is the little thing on the screen. Listen to it. Did you hear that? Maybe not. If you heard that, let us know. So, action camera, and it's got... I'm going to assume that there's actually already a battery in it, because I'm not going to try and open that. And the way you would charge it is by plugging in... There's a micro USB port here on the side. You're going to plug this into a USB, and it also requires a micro SD card, and it looks like there's a micro SD card slot in the front, and it doesn't look like there is a card in it, but oh no, it's over on the side. Is there a card in it?
No.
Oh yeah, you're right, that is the microphone. Look at this kid. There is no micro SD card. Let's see if there's one in this package, or if you have to provide your own. And then I'm actually going to take these guys out, this out, and I'm going to flip this over so we can get to the remote. And for anybody who hates the sound of styrofoam squeaking together, my son hates it. All right, here's the remote. Now, one thing I do not know about this remote is whether or not these are actually real antennas. And the reason I ask that is some antennas on these are fake. I think these are real. Based on the way they feel and the way they're connected, I think these are real antennas. And it's good because 2 antennas is going to give you a lot better range than 1. I will tell you one other thing. Actually, Tate's going to tell you one other thing I just noticed about this remote that I really like.
There's no screw to get the battery door open.
Look at this. Boom.
So
battery
simple. So
battery
easy.
door comes right off. That is huge, guys. That is absolutely huge because I hate having to change batteries and having to find a screwdriver to do it. So,
Stupid.
yeah. Looks like it takes 4 AA's.
Good job.
Yep. And it's a good little remote. It's got remote. I will say one other thing I like about this remote. What is it?
It labels
It's
buttons.
the buttons are labeled. So a lot of these remotes, the buttons are not labeled, and that is problematic because
Like, what does that do?
yeah, you're not sure what all these buttons does. So there's your flip button, here's your photo button, here's your low and high rate button, and here's your
Lock.
that's probably your spin the motors up. So the little lock will allow you to spin the motors up and then shut it down. Most of these drones do have 2 rates, and that's good. And I will tell you, on a windy day, you're going to want to fly in high rate. It's really hard to fight the wind in low rate, but you'll push this button up here, and it'll beep once for low, twice for high. Yeah, so it's a fairly well laid out remote control. Let's get out the thing we were going to show. So here's the part. Here's the part, us being nerdy drone guys. Here's the part we're most excited about. That is the skins. So it looks like you can actually take this little guy off. Yep, that's the way that works. Oh man, this is easy. So you can pop this
I think you're
off.
supposed to unscrew it.
No, you aren't. That's the nice thing. You don't have to unscrew these to replace them. So there's the white one, which I actually really like the white one. There's the guts of the Force One Ghost. If you didn't realize it, ghosts have guts too. Who knew? There's the flight controller, and there's looks like everything's soldered in there together. So one other interesting thing, and this is only for really the more hardcore drone fans. This has, I believe it has ESCs, which are electronic speed controllers. Most brushless motor drones have ESCs. These are your ESCs here. That's what allows these motors to be really efficient and to give you better performance. Also, another thing I forgot to talk about, there is a really bright LED in the front of this guy.
I was wondering.
As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and just plug it in and see if it lights up. See what happens. Normally you'd want to take the props. Oh. So you heard it kind of beep up there. Look at that bright LED. There's LEDs on the bottom. These two are beeping.
Whoa.
Yeah, that guy's bright, huh?
Yeah.
Ah, ghost drone. So yeah, this is a pretty well-made drone. I don't have the batteries charged because I just opened it for the first time, and I don't have any batteries in here. And plus, like I said, you really don't want to fly this guy indoors.
Overpowered.
Yeah, and you don't want. Let me tell you a couple drone rules real quick. What's the height limit on flying a drone in the U.S.? According to the FAA? 400 feet. That's right. You cannot fly a drone legally over 400 feet.
No.
Can you fly a drone out of your sight?
No.
No, you have to have line of sight or a visual observer with you at all times. How close to an airport can you be?
2 miles?
A little further.
4 miles?
A little further.
8 miles?
5 miles. You should be
10
at least
miles?
You should be at least 5 miles away from an airport if you're going to fly. So if you're just starting out. Now, for a drone like this, you know, if you're going to fly it in your backyard and you're going to fly it low, it's you know, use good judgment. I also, biggest recommendation, don't get this drone and fly it up 400 feet. It does not have GPS, and you will lose it. There's lots of wind up there. There's lots of stuff going on. You'll get your orientation lost, and you will lose this drone if you fly it super high. Learn to fly this drone low, under 100 feet. Go to a football field or a baseball field.
Feet.
Under 50 feet. Yeah, when you're starting out. Really just practice hovering, practice rotating. And the other thing, you know, unless you're flying in headless mode, if the drone's backwards, all the controls are backwards, right? It's just like stage left and stage right. You're suddenly the audience where left is right and right is left. I hope you know what I'm talking about. Let's put some of those skins on here.
Okay. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's do the blue one.
The blue one.
All right, so it's as easy as this.
Pop.
Yep, these just kind of click right into place.
That's satisfying.
It really is. These are cool too because they're kind of rubbery. They're not. They don't feel super rigid. You know, they're a little bit flexible. So there's the blue skin, which looks pretty cool. One skin, two skin, red skin, blue skin.
Right.
All right, now let's try the black one.
Black skin.
All right, so this starts to look like the original Force 100, not the Ghost. Yeah, suddenly it's not a Ghost anymore, really, right? It's just a drone.
How is that less ghost?
Because ghosts are white, aren't they, usually? I mean,
Casper the ghost.
Yeah, Casper. Anyway, it does look pretty cool. This to me looks a little more menacing, a little more like military. But it's cool because it comes with, like I said, all three of these guys. So if you're wanting to change it up or fly with friends and be able to identify your drone from the others, as I said, the action camera is going to go right in here. So can you open this up?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are just commenting so quick. Okay.
I have no idea.
So you gotta figure out how
I
to
have weak thumbs.
weak thumbs.
Here, leverage it.
No, we shouldn't need to.
Science.
How do we get this guy open?
I mean, you want your action camera to be safe.
Yeah, you do want this thing to be. Yeah,
Did you scratch?
Huh?
What's a scratch?
No, I think there's a screen on there. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Is there plastic film? All right, guys, this is the part in the show where I can't get this thing open. How do we? Come on, baby. Does it go this way or does it go this way? That's really the question. There we go. After all that. All right, so you got to really kind of force this, force one this, and then the action camera goes like so. This, I believe, would hold a GoPro. I'm not coughing for effect. I'm actually coughing. Or another similar sized action camera. And then you put this guy on here and you close it up and there you go. So, but we need to charge the action camera. But there it is. It's a nice fit. And then this is going to slide right into that slot on the bottom. We put the 4 pieces of landing gear on. And that is that, my friends. So I'm going to look and see if our good folks at Force One have sent us any questions. Oh yeah. Gwendolyn would like to know the weight of the drone. That's a great question.
That is a good question.
That's the let's see if it's here.
$1 million question.
You know, honestly, it's probably on Amazon. It probably says what the weight is. I don't know. Is it back here? I don't think it says the weight here in the instructions, and I did not bring a scale. I will bring a scale for my next unboxing. That would be a smart thing to do. By the way, guys, I am going to do a full review of this drone on Ready Set Drone, and I will share it with Force One. So I would love it if you would check out that full review on Ready Set Drone, and I'll cover the weight, I'll cover the flight time, we'll do a little test to see how long it stays in the air, get a sense of how fast it'll fly, all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't subscribed to Force One on YouTube or on Facebook, please do. If you haven't subscribed to Ready Set Drone, I would certainly appreciate it, because that's the whole reason I'm doing this tonight, is to grow an audience. And I would like to Michelle wants to know if it hovers in one spot. It does if you're a good enough pilot, but it does not by itself, meaning that it doesn't have GPS. So if it's windy, you're going to have to manage it. So it doesn't have GPS. So really, the answer is it will hover in one spot without a lot of wind, and if you're a good pilot.
But on a calm day, it would have no problem.
Yeah, if you're flying this without a lot of wind, it'll stay pretty well in one place. But if you push the stick at all, it's going to continue to drift that direction. Nidhi wants to know how long the battery life is. I believe it's about 20 minutes is what I understand. Is it waterproof? No. I would not recommend flying this in water, around water, in the rain, any of those things. No. It is not waterproof.
Danger.
Yeah, Amanda. It's a great question. If you actually want a waterproof drone, Tate and I reviewed a waterproof drone on our channel, Ready Set Drone, and Tate actually dunked it in water and flew it in the rain and all that good stuff into a pool, and it did very well. No, as far as the battery life goes, I'm going to say about 20 minutes. There is no GPS, Jonathan. Nope. Sorry about that. Again, but if you're looking for a drone that you want to learn to fly on, I don't recommend it learning. I started off the broadcast by saying this, and I'll finish up by saying this. Don't learn on one with GPS, because GPS is actually a crutch. It's great to have, and if you're doing cinematic stuff, that's wonderful. But it's like learning to drive before you have an automatic driving car, because once you have GPS, those things pretty much fly themselves. So learn on this one and then get one with GPS. Any other questions from the fine folks out there in the audience? So guys, one more time, if you want to win possibly this drone or several others that Force One's going to be giving away, they're giving away 5 tonight. They've asked you to share. I would also say they probably wanted you to subscribe to Force One on YouTube, Force One on... What do you call it on Facebook? Is that subscription? You don't even know. And then please, if you like this video and you enjoy our banter, how long does it take to charge? Most of these take about, with a 2S battery, 45 minutes to an hour. Does it come with a warranty? You'll have to ask Force One about that. I actually don't know. I know they are going to have a warranty if there's a problem with it. If you start it up and it doesn't fire up, or it doesn't fly right, or there's something broken when you receive it, that's warranted. If you go out and crash it the first time, bad on you, right? Sorry, but that's just the way it's going to be. So I would say yes to defects, no to accidents is probably the case. But I have been assured by the CEO at Force One that they are going to be very responsive. You know, at the end of the day, you can buy these things. Yes, actually, they do part replacement. Thank you for that prompt. They do offer the ability to call a number or to log into their page and actually get parts replaced from them for cheap or free, or maybe just the cost of shipping. I'm not sure, but yes, that's a differentiator. What I was going to say is, I get a lot of drones from a lot of different companies, and it's nice to have a company that actually stands behind it. And I'm willing to pay a little bit more for that versus buying it from somebody I don't know and not having that. So with all that said, I've been talking a lot. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you want to see more of Tate and I, check out Force One in the future, and also Ready Set Drone. I'm also going to do a little plug for my buddy Ken Herron. Ken is he has a show called Thursday Night Live. He might actually be hosting one of these for Force One at some point. But Ken has a show called Thursday Night Live. It's tomorrow night, same time, 7 p.m. Central in the U.S. And I know Billy Kyle's going to be on tomorrow night. If you know who he is, he's a YouTuber for drones. And Billy Kyle is actually going to be coming to Austin, and we're going to be doing a collab in December. Hey. So that's kind of exciting. If you want to check that out, please subscribe to Ready Set Drone. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate the time. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, apologies for the technical glitches at the beginning, but based on the activity and the number of watchers, I'm really happy and appreciate it. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. Good night. I need to have a better sign off.